watching footy fantasy. It is sure say the thing go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy. Yeah, watching footy fantasy. Footy fantasy. It is sure say the thing go meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. Sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy. Footy fantasy.
We're here again on this wonderful Sunday, Footy Fantasy Podcast. Now, before I do anything or introduce the guests, and I started it a couple of weeks ago, I would like to introduce you guys to my pronouns. My pronouns are like, share, and subscribe. You know, to our YouTube channel. It's on there. You can see it on the tagline. Footy Fantasy, FOTTIE Fantasy, one word. Road to 3K. Twitter is road to 4,000. Footy AD Fantasy. Instagram at Fantasy Footy. And our wonderful Afrobeat theme music was from our friend of the show, my fellow United brother, Soji, about to sing. SJ Music. You can find him on Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. I'll introduce my guest, I guess clockwise from my own view, the Blue Coat Auditor General, and my friend, very good friend. Good to see you, friend. Hey, Idris, how are you?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Been on some podcast with you. Thank you.
All champions. My Arsenal friend. Well, we used to be. I think there was a time years and years ago, me and Toby used to go at it. But I mean, I've chilled on our Facebook group. I've become very neutral on there. Mr. Toby, Mr. Let's Laugh at Dial.
Yeah. Nice to be here. I mean, I think I wanted this meeting and I called for it. So I'm glad that Arsenal have finally played Bayern and we can come back together. And please, when you stitch this, just stitch my previous comments, right? When I said we'll have this meeting again.
That's true. I remember. I'll go look for it. I'll make sure I look for it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll talk to EJ to pull it out. EJ has
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Good Company, Mr. Bayern himself, Mr. Pep sometimes, but Mr. Bayern mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Good to have you here, Mr. Dyer.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. Let's dive right in. Let's start with what just happened. Chelsea Arsenal ended 1-1, and just to kind of, I guess, lead everything. I saw the lineup. It was very interesting when I saw it. Idris, starting with you, you had the home team. When you saw the lineup, how were your thoughts? Your lineup and Arsenal's lineup, what were your thoughts going into the game?
I'll start with Arsenal's lineup. With Arsenal's lineup, everybody knew, like, with the missing of Saliba and Gabriel, there will be some form of opportunity for Chelsea. But again, most Chelsea fans understand, like, Arsenal are crown prince. It's just a matter of time. When the throne is available, they should ascend to it. You know, it's pretty much how everybody looks at the way where their development is, how they've spent, how they've played as a unit, as a team, how solid they are. It's almost like a very refined Arsenal that we see, a more matured Arsenal. And I'm going to use that word maturity a lot. I know most guys in my group chat are tired of me saying that. They say I should stop calling players kids. But you know, when we were talking about professionalism and stuff, there's a level of maturity and experience as they come together that makes you consistent. Arsenal has that, and that's why they're able to. For Arsenal, today's game is they grinded out a win when we're not at 100% against a very, not just young but very talented Chelsea. We've acquired a lot of young talent. When I looked at Chelsea's lineup, it was what we expected. That's our best team, to be honest with you, based on what we have.
Okay. Toby, I know you said you didn't see the game, but you saw the line. I'm sure you saw the line. I trust you.
I saw the line. Yeah, I saw the lineup.
Oh, yeah, so you saw the lineup. I was shocked about Saliba being out.
I think most Arsenal fans were shocked about Saliba. There was nothing going into today that suggested he was at risk. He played the game during the week. And so everyone expected that he would have, 4 days to rest and he'd be fine. Even though he's played a lot of football, but I felt like as a central defender, you're not also sprinting a lot. so your load should be better unless you play for Spurs and then you're always sprinting back to goal. But the way Arsenal has played, you would have thought that he would have been available. They said apparently it was a knock in training. And so for us, that was, without Gabriel, we've played without Gabriel a bit. We've played without one of them a bit. And so it's been okay. The Saliba was a surprise, for sure. But, every team has its injuries, and injuries can come. You don't control when they happen. And so that was the one shock, was how unfamiliar that back four, first time they're playing together, would look like. But other than that, I still felt like it should be enough. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we shouldn't disrespect Hincapi. He won the league with Leverkusen, right? This is a player that has a lot of reps. Yes, he's only second game for Arsenal since he joined. If I'm correct, he and his second start for sure. But other than that, the rest we figured would happen because Trossard was injured, right? And we knew, the decisions were whether you start with Martinelli on the left or you start with Madueke on the left. And we knew coming in that Gyökeres and Jesus were most likely going to be on the bench because apparently there was supposed to be a test for a late fitness test. So that wasn't a surprise to Arsenal fans. More of good news that we're getting some strikers back. But other than that, the lineup was fine.
Okay. So I wrote down some notes because, I want to get to the point like people who pod. So I start podding. So during the game, I took some notes. And I'm going to ask you this question, Dio. I looked at both benches. I'm like, damn. Arsenal's bench is deep, man. Like, I was like, this bench is so deep now. I mean, I knew this, but there's some recollection. I'm like, damn. Look at the bench because I looked at the bench and I thought, what's his name? Havertz is still out injured, right?
Yeah, he's close.
Gabriel's out injured. Saliba is injured, and I look at the bench I'm like, damn, these people are deep, And Dio, what were your thoughts when you, I guess, first saw the lineup? And let's just start the first half, the first beginning of the game. What were your thoughts on the game?
I didn't see the game anyway.
Oh, you didn't watch the game? Okay.
I didn't watch the game at all. I saw the highlight later, but I have a whole I can say I have a speech about Arteta and how he built his team. I don't know if I should go now or maybe after we discuss the Bayern team. Because the thing is, big credit to Arteta. He has built a very formidable team. Easily the strongest team in Europe, the most matured. They can play you any way you want it, anyhow you want it. Because what company tried to do, before we even get into that, we tried to press them up like we used to do, press people. And he had his keeper, Raya, just lumping long balls over us. And, because Gyökeres was missing, Merino, as a false niner, gets into the midfield, and they overwhelm you in midfield. They have, Merino, Zubimendi, Rice. Then with Eze again, they will outnumber you in midfield. And, they have this weapon, corner kicks. They deployed it against Bayern. It was horrible to watch. They were just launching it at us, and we had no solution to it. Though they scored just one, but in the second half they launched 7 corner kicks and they were all dangerous, just missing it by whiskers. Yeah. What Arteta has built is a machine. I told some people in the group chat that it seemed very similar to Mourinho's first Chelsea. Yeah. 2004 to 2007, very difficult to beat. Not maybe not high catchy in the tiki-taka ways, but they're very efficient. They will kill you every way. They are very strong. They are very matured, like this guy said. Idris said they are very mature. They know. Okay, there's some part of football not everybody pays attention to. Corner kicks, everybody just do it. Okay. Maybe 25% chance or 20% chance with corner kicks. Arteta has now improved it that it's like a 70% chance for them. Almost like a penalty. It's all these little things okay, throw-ins. Who cares about throwing? Most people will just throw to the back to maybe recycle play. It's not a weapon again for Arsenal. They have so many of these little things that they just aggregated together and they have formed a formidable team. They will be very difficult to beat. And also what I said, they have a very deep bench. They can look, they are missing Saliba, Gabriel, Kai Havertz. I don't know, maybe these things just work out for them because Kai Havertz's injury maybe was what got them Eze or something like that.
Yeah.
And Eze is now like the guy they've been looking for. Like, is there creative? Okay, everybody else, no shade at them. Minus Eze, everybody looks mechanical, but Eze just brings this. His study is, I don't know, okay. Like, is you can't,
please do.
you can't chance him off the ball. He's not lightweight. He's not featherweight. His laps for days.
Yeah.
He got laps for days. You can't body him off the ball, and he has the highs too. Like, so that was the part they would have been missing before, but he has brought that part into it, and everything is just working out for them right now. Okay. Hopefully, things they get on hinge before April.
Idris, I again going back to my notes. I want to come to you, Idris, since you watched the game. I wrote down Chelsea have been very aggressive. So my question to you is: was it the occasion that took over the players, or do you think this was like a intentional game plan by Maresca?
I think it's both. I think it's both. Something happened in the CWC, which was the last end of last season. Certain things were beginning to gel. One of the why I've been a pessimist about Bluco, and hence the word Bluco FC Auditor General. Like my very good friend in my group chat, which is a mutual of Ayo, anything corporate world, he carries it on his head as if he's the town crier for like, it's org structure, PSA, balance sheet. I'm not supporting a team on NASDAQ. This is not what we are doing here. I am supporting a football team, and I don't care if you have a 4, 5 year, 10-year projection, because there's certain things that we are not used to yet. I'm not saying that Bluco is wrong, but the first couple of years, you could totally see they were trying to figure out the Premier League football as a whole and how they can bring their own baseball, commercial, financial prowess to the game. And whether you like it or not, certain things are true. You cannot buy experience. I don't care how talented the individual is. We made Yamin Lamar look basic against Barcelona, but that's a matured Cucurella that struggled in the beginning, if you remember, when he came to Chelsea, and he's one of the stalwarts of the team right now. Yeah. But we have an ownership group that the slightest improvement, they don't mind offloading you, balance the books, and go and get another 5-year-old. So for many of us, you're like, are we going to end up, and this is a pessimistic view, by the way, are we going to end up at Borussia Dortmund and the old Arsenal, or are we going to actually compete like we've always competed, however erratic our previous owner was or financially irresponsible he was? Yeah. You get, most people lean on the emotional side because whether you like it or not, Roman Abramovich is one of the owners you wish you have, because he's very connected to the fans, and he's also a fan. But sometimes you need a logical mind a rational mind to be able to manage the club in a much more financial stable way. I say all that to bring it back to where we are in our development stage. With Chelsea, we played in a certain way with João Pedro, Cole Palmer, in the Club World Cup against PSG. We had never seen that high intensity, gusto running, second man coming through the middle kind of football. We've had it sporadically, but we're just erratic. It was the first time we saw it come together, if it makes sense to you. Yeah. Then the season starts. We expect the same. Then we revert back to our passing, slow build up, slow transition. We rely heavily on Palmer, we rely heavily on Caicedo, and it's kind of like, okay, so if these guys are not at 100%, like we've had with Hazard and Kante, will we get goals from any other place? You know what I mean? Like, is the development of every other person up to par, like where Arsenal is today? So when we had the same tempo happen, I cannot remember which game we played, but in the last 7 games of Chelsea, to your question, Ayo, is it deliberate? And is it the other part? Is it deliberate or is it strategy by him? It's everything. Look at Chalobah, the way he played today. He used to be error prone. Sanchez cannot do without making an error. Yeah. But he saved us today. Cucurella has been a stalwart. Reece James hasn't broken his finger yet, because something happens, he pulls something. So when the cumulative, growth of the engine in terms of experience, ability, we're just getting to that point. So depend on the team we play. If they open up, you see this kind of play today. If they sit low block, you see a completely kind of different Chelsea, which is just possession based. I expected Arsenal to go for it at some point. If Arsenal concedes, Arsenal is going to come for it. In that sense, we would have space to run behind them, which is what the formation was today. I'll bring something to your attention. We had more chances than Arsenal had. We only scored the goal. And those more chances, we never actually tested the goalie.
Yeah.
That's where I have my argument about maturity and the level of where we are at. It's not like Estavao is not a generational talent.
Yeah.
On a normal day, he buries those. Arsenal just barely had whiskers of chances. They were making Sanchez make world class saves. That's the level that I'm talking about. As Dio said, Arsenal is building something, but they're matured and they're a machine. Chelsea's not yet there. To your question, we are getting there. And there's certain things that came together that actually enabled the performance you watched today.
Okay. Let's take comments. I'll go to Toby a little bit. I know you didn't watch the game, but King Fahad, this is Peter, friend of the show, United fan, said treble loading for Arsenal. I know that's tongue cheek. Well,
you don't want jinx now.
Then video, Barcelona fans said the smirk and calmness on Toby's face is irritating me. I'm used to seeing Arsenal fans depressed at the stage of the season. Damn it. It's still November, guys. It's still November. Let's not get too carried.
I don't understand. Yeah.
There's a lot of games left. A lot of games left. King Fahad said United are just one set piece goal behind Arsenal. Long throw is also in the mix. Arsenal changing the way teams play the game now. So that's a good point he made. He made and good question, and that's why you can see my tagline say many set pieces FC. Because they know me. I believe in accountability. I want to put as raised the set piece thing, and Arsenal has scored a lot of set pieces, but in the last 2-3 games they've scored all their goals from open play now, right?
Highest number of open play goals in November.
Yeah, I was shocked when I found out like Arsenal and United have scored United and Chelsea are just one set piece behind Arsenal in the season. I'm like, wow, I did not know that. And when it comes to open play, Lord, if not for set pieces, United will be second page of the league right now. So that's why my talk. I'm like, damn, I think I didn't pay attention to that one.
But can I pause there? That's not an anomaly in the sense that every team that's good scores from set pieces, because whether it's I think the difference is people think of set pieces as the first ball. You cross it and you head it.
Yeah.
But set piece goals could be first, second, third ball.
Yeah.
They all count for set piece goals. Whether you recycle it, comes in, it still comes off a dead play. Whether it's a free kick that goes to someone, it's still a set piece. So it's almost like second, third phase of play. And most teams who've won the league or done well, like it's not fair to say let's take off set piece goals off of any club. Because no club, absolutely. Liverpool doesn't win the Champions League without that corner kick that this guy did when Barcelona was not ready, right? That's a set piece. Yeah. So it's always been there. I think
it always has. You're right.
It always has been there. I think what Arsenal, maybe the reason why, I know Arsenal is hated a lot in the media, but I think there's a lot of
hated on Chelsea.
Yes. I'll tell you why. Hold on. I'll tell you why. I think Arsenal is hated more in the British media because they hate Arteta. And I'll say this is my opinion as a fan. I may be wrong. Don't forget, Arteta is their mate. Gary Neville and him. Gary Neville tried to coach, failed, got fired. Was it Valencia he went to? Look at Jamie Carragher was playing football with Arteta, right? All these current day pundits, Thierry Henry tried to get Arteta fired when he went to back the Spotify guy to take over when Arteta was fumbling, right? Thierry Henry, his best ever finish ever was second with France, and he was dancing on the stage after coming second with France at the Olympics. And he has mouth, and Henry's a legend, don't get me wrong. I love Thierry Henry, but he has mouth to shout about Arteta has finished second. I'm like, dude, you were a coach. Your best ever finish with even when you tried to bring Mbappe in was second at this, and you were celebrating it. So I think a lot of it is because of his age. If Arteta was a 65-year-old Italian that had been managing, I think you see the perception of what he's done very, very differently. But because he's this is just my view, because these guys age mate, and there's just so much. Oh, look at him outside his box. Look at him gesticulating. I'm like, Klopp has done worse. Mourinho has put it down the line. There are managers who are active. It's never a big deal, but it seems like every single thing he does to be himself is viewed through this lens of, oh, how dare him be good at set pieces. Chelsea's been great at set. Drogba, people are forgetting what Drogba used to do. And I mean, what people talk about set pieces. Yeah.
United, everybody just score headers. I remember that season. A lot of headers, yeah.
It's nothing new. It's just that I think a lot of people said 3 years ago, oh, Arsenal is good at set pieces. It would end. And it hasn't ended. We've been good at set pieces for the past 3 seasons. Right. And he's focused on the details. In fact, the one scrutiny I give him is he's not learned how to score from a throw-in yet. We've never scored a goal from a throw-in, which I think is shameful. We should can't hire whoever Stoke had training Delap how to throw. We should really add that into our, because they're EPL teams. What's the EPL team that scores from throw-ins?
Brentford.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the next evolution for Arsenal's team, is to go and get that guy.
What's his name? The Nigerian guy.
Michael Coyote.
Yeah, Coyote. Yeah, that's how they call him. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's just I may be biased, but I think some of it is he's this guy's age mates and they just can't stand him. That's my view. I may be wrong, but that's bias.
Yeah, I agree with what Toby said. But starting from Chelsea, I have to give. I didn't watch the game today, but I have to give. I saw the game against Barcelona, and I have to give a lot of props to Maresca. His team is still very young at the core, and they are vulnerable over a league campaign because what Chelsea knows how to do is to sack themselves up for one big game. Oh, you are a big game. Okay, let's do it. But Brighton is going to beat them next week. Yeah, but because look at the big shot. Okay, they're beating PSG.
I'm sorry there for interjecting. I apologize. I'm so happy you're the one saying it. Like, I'm so happy. But carry on.
So, PSG, what beat up PSG beating everybody? Chelsea is ready for them. Oh, Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, everybody, Chelsea was ready for them. Arsenal, Chelsea had a game plan for them. Liverpool, Chelsea had a game plan for them. But Brighton, they don't know what to do to Brighton. What was that? This one that Tosin was fooling himself in defense. One team that won the game in the last minute.
Was it Nottingham Forest?
I don't even remember.
Sunderland.
Chelsea don't know how to play those kind of games. So that is where they falter over a week campaign. But one-on-ones, just like themselves at one big game. Even Real Betis, like a Europe Cup Conference League final, they know how to come out for those kind of things. But if they can keep their players together for a long time, maybe they will develop that mentality and they will come big at it. It's not only to show up for the big games, especially in the league. You get as much points from Brighton as you get from Man City. Or Arsenal. So that's it. And they're saying but they're building something interesting. They are fearless when it comes to the big game. Like against Barcelona, I was like, within 10 minutes, I just told the guy Barcelona is losing this game. Like, because Chelsea was all over them, they were just destroying them all over the place. 3 goals ruled out, 3 goals scored. Forget even the red card. They were all over Barcelona like a rash.
We get there.
We played with a man down with Arsenal for a long period of time.
Right.
So this is to touch on Dio's part, right? Yes, there's the youthful exuberance of like, I will psych myself up for big game because I feel like as the underdog in this situation. Enzo Maresca too. Once he gets the first lineup, if you remember, I used to complain about the guy who overthinks the process, right? And I think over time, when we've had certain injuries, he's had the time to pair certain players together and understand that although I have a system, but I cannot have Gittins who just came into the league. We call him Kittens when he's not a Gittins yet. When he fully develops, we call him Gittins. Then you pair him with Hartel, who just came into the league, and you take them to the Champions League, or you take them to or you play them against like a Brentford, as Dio said, and then you're like, they will eat your lunch. They're talented, but when it comes to like attacking together and defending together as a unit and all that stuff, they're not matured for the constant wear down. And as we say, when you know a team is poised to win the league, they exhibit certain signs. In their poorest of games, when they are losing certain talents on the pitch, they find a way to get the result. That's where Arsenal is right now. That's what we're all afraid of Pep and Man City about. Once that team is like, man, they're barely hanging there, rope dope, and then all of a sudden knockout. That's stuff of champions. The system, the talent, the coaching crew have all matured to a point where they are like, it's just almost like second nature. Chelsea's not there. Just 2 subs, we lost control of possession. Though we're able to hold things together. Delap came in, and who came in for Garnacho? I'm trying to remember again. My apologies. But those 2 subs, it's not like they were bad players, but
Garnacho came in.
Garnacho, thank you. It's not that they were bad players, but you could totally see the chemistry. That's another thing I was looking for. Sorry, the chemistry of the team. If somebody comes in, comes out, goes, another person comes in. It just feels like, oh, it's easy. It's not like I'm trying to fit it. Like Chelsea's not there yet. Arsenal is there, and that's scary.
Okay. Just to wrap it up, I'll say my thoughts about the game quickly, since nobody else apart from me just saw the game. There was a point in the game I was like, man, this game reminds me of the 2000s Chelsea Liverpool game, because a lot of people have this, like, my opinion, they have this what's the word now? They have this like unnecessary fond memories about 2000. But if you go back and rewatch full games of those 2000 games, my goodness, those games were ball fest. Like nothing is happening. Just fight in the midfield.
Yeah.
Foul. That game was just fouls consistently, like stoppages every time. That was one point I wrote down. The other point is Arsenal's press was very subpar in this game for some reason. I'm too beating.
But they can't press too harsh against a Chelsea. Barcelona did it. PSG did it. It exposes them at the back with capable talent and speed.
Yeah, I think Arsenal would not. I mean, our pressing monsters are Havertz, Odegaard. Merino is getting there. Eze is learning it.
Okay.
But this dude just ran his socks off on Wednesdays, right? So there's a limit to an unfamiliar back line. I just think,
exactly.
I was reading about all the yellow cards Arsenal was getting. Yeah. I think once you're there and you have so many players in yellow cards, you're going to want to manage the game differently.
Yep.
And so, hey, this is the time of the season, right?
Yeah.
Another game Wednesday and then Saturday. Like this is we've now gone to 3 EPL games. Like 2 games a week, more or less, in the EPL. Like before, it was
squeaky bum time.
Exactly, it was Champions League that would intersect, right? Or FA Cup or Carling Cup or what. Now it's EPL games. So we will see how I know you guys have been lauding Arsenal's squad, Arsenal's strength and depth, but we'll find out this December. Yes, you better have every game.
You better have it, because right now you guys are. It's not 6 points ahead right now, right? It's still 6 points ahead, right? 5 points. Five. Except want to shake with Arsenal. I'm really sorry for those that cannot speak Yoruba. Except you are cursed. You better. You say we'll find out. Find it.
I'm saying we'll find out how good the squad is, because the players we all trust, like the Saliba, the Gab. Like, but we saw today, Hincapi is probably not ready for a derby, right? Mosquera is young, so So I'm saying this is how you'll find out, because you're going to have to play these players.
Correct. Correct.
You see, like, there's no doubt you're going to have to play them, so they'll learn.
And this is the point of the season where, like, the league table is going to stretch out, right? The people at the top will accumulate more points, and this is where, like, because right now it's so congested, right? It's like, I think it's like 4 or 5 points between second and like ninth. All of that's going to end by the time we get to January. We'll see. This is where the consistent teams will know them. And the things just huffing and puffing. I guess my last
for our Nigerian viewers, what he's trying to say in our viewing center, now here Gary the swear. We go know which one.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Now here Gary the swear. I guess the last point about this game that I saw was like they doubled Saka a lot in this game, and even in his poor game, to kind of buttress your point about maturity. Even in his poor game, because he kind of had a poor game, still that assist, my goodness, he sent, like, I think Cucurella and I don't know who was passing. They doubled him. That cross immediately. I was like, yes, Saka. This is the thing about, like, elite players, in my opinion. Like, On their down game, they are living with something. It's like, nah, I'm living here with something. I'm probably okay. I said that was my last. This is actually my last point. I think the key for Arsenal season, Arteta needs to find a way in the attack. The key in attack, personally, needs to find a way to keep Bukayo Saka and Odegaard fit, so that they're on the pitch a lot of times. If he figures that out, I think Arsenal will be fine. No matter what happens, they will have bumps. They'll be fine.
They'll score goals. They'll create chances to score.
Correct. Because you could see Odegaard just being on that pitch in that second half.
Oh, Chelsea lost control.
They could not double Saka again because they were doubling him. But Odegaard just being in that space, they're like, nah, I cannot let this guy free too. So once he kept splitting the double team using the basketball. He was splitting that double team consistently. I was like, yes, this is the key. In my opinion, when I watch Arsenal, I've watched a lot of Arsenal. I think those two guys need to be on the pitch. If they're on the pitch for like 80-90% of their league games, I think Arsenal wins the league comfortably. If they are not, if one of them gets hurt, I think it's shaky. They could or they could not. That's what I think. But let's move on. Before we move on, let's take comments. Bolahan, my friend of the show, says, of course. I don't know what you're referring to, Bolahan, but you can make the comment.
It was referring to them hating on Arsenal.
Okay. He's an Arsenal fan, by the way. Asha is a Chelsea fan, says, the only argument I'll make is that Arsenal's way of set piece looks like Sean Dyche and early 2000 set piece that they don't get penalized for.
Beef.
They're out here elbowing people. Almost killed Chalobah.
They figured out the blocking, keeper blocking thing. But one thing I'll say though, Chelsea, and I think I've seen some other team do it. Chelsea kind of figured out the way of like they leave like 2-3 players forward. Okay, if because of that, they force players to stay back. They reduce the amount of people in the box. It's a good strategy.
They did that last season. The elite headers, Gabriel is not there. If Gabriel is there,
exactly. Let me be honest with you.
I'll your story. Gabriel is at the edge of the box. You're not leaving one man on him.
To be honest with you, Chelsea winning headers and set piece against Arsenal I was flabbergasted.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Benvido says, bro, good game against Barcelona, but move on. No, we are coming to it, Benvido. It's part of the show. Come on, you can't tell a podcast not to talk about a big game. What are you talking about? Asha says, Chelsea was ready for big games in the past. Being constant for us requires a coach who doesn't care about how the players whine. Conte, Tuchel, Mourinho. Good point. I don't think that's Chelsea's problem, but good point. It's not a new thing. Okay, let's move on. Champions League. I'm going to let that Toby cook here.
Yeah, okay. So bear me out. So in preparation for this August occasion, I said, how am I going to talk to my friend Dio about this game? And I said, I was traveling for work. I was busy, Thanksgiving, family around. I said, let me use ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to roast Bayern for me. And just give me top 10 roasts for Bayern based on the game. So if you don't mind, I'm not going to talk about the game. I'm just going to give you the top 10 roasts that OpenAI, the latest version, gave me about the game. Obviously, I prompted it about some key parts of the game, Noah's mustache, Kimmich's whining, long balls, etc. And this is what it came up with. All right. So in no priority, number one, Noah's mustache has better shape than Bayern's defensive structure. And that's not saying much. Number two, Bayern played more long balls than Arsenal. Irony walked straight onto the pitch wearing Bayern's kit. Noah gifted Arsenal goals. Kimmich gifted Arsenal excuses. Together, they delivered the perfect Christmas hamper. Another one. Noah's mustache looks more prepared for the game than he did. At least he stayed in position while he let in goals. Bayern talked about controlling the match. Kimmich controlled the microphone afterwards better than he controlled the entire midfield during it. What else do we have? Mano Noah tried to be sweeper keeper. Arsenal said, okay, then just swept through his mistakes like dust on a rug. This is not me, by the way. This is ChatGPT. Another one. Noah's mustache saw so many goals fly past it that he qualified for frequent flyer miles. Noah's mistakes were so loud that even Kimmich's complaining couldn't drown them out. Arsenal fans could hear them all the way in from North London. How many is that? I'm not sure if I did everything.
7. I think that's 7 now.
Okay, 7. All right. Noah tried to play sweeper keeper. Lamia tried to play midfield's maestro. Arsenal kindly reminded them both that cosplay is not allowed in the Champions League.
Okay.
All right, I'll stop there. But that's all I have, guys. I've been waiting for this day with Dio. I just said, this is becoming, me and you, we went at it the last time. You reminded me the year Saka was born and Bayern, blah, blah, blah. And I told you that you played us when we're not fit. And that this season, we're coming for revenge. So that's all I have, guys.
Dio.
Yeah, I'm happy that my friend Toby is happy. At least most of us get happy in May, April, but at least he's happy in November. So at least happiness at any time of the year matters. Like, because I've had Arsenal fans that I didn't know they were even existing anymore. All of them came out of the woodworks on last Wednesday. Like, we need to check on our friends to know that they're doing good. Arsenal has won something, at least for now, they've won Bayern. Just like last season, they won Madrid, and they finished with that trophy. I won Madrid trophy, I won Bayern trophy. So
we'll take it.
Yeah. Well, we should be thankful for little mercy. This is the season of Thanksgiving. So
Dio, first of all, let's talk. We will not talk dual too much now. Let's talk about the game a little bit. This is 2025.
Yep.
What is this fake super keeper thing is still doing? Why is this forcing? This man is 39 years old.
Yeah.
Why did he come out so high for that? What was that?
But if you look at that move, that was typical Neuer. Martinelli was beating Kimmich on that foot race, and it would have balanced with Neuer, probably rounded him. So he did.
It's not a great one-on-one finisher. It's not.
Yeah, well, he did. Neuer did what Neuer has always done for the past 15 years of his career: run out, and this time it didn't work out for him. But Kimmich was already losing that foot race.
He was
to Martinelli, and once he loses that foot race, we know what happens after that. So, one thing I have to say about the game that I've said before: big coaches, or if you want to be great, you need to pay attention to some things other coaches overlook. Okay, corner kicks just used to be, like I said, 20% chances. Lump it into the box, and okay, whenever you're lucky, maybe 20% of the time you get lucky. Arteta has now taken it beyond the realm of being lucky. He has now found a way. Whenever they want to start their corner kick routine, he pushes like 5 of his players outside the box to the side, and they just rush in when the ball is coming. So you, the marker, you are not marking anybody. You are not marking anybody just now. 2 seconds later, everybody's in front of you. You don't even know, so you cannot mark anybody. I think somebody has to come up with it, and you know that you cannot block them, because if you block them, that would be a penalty. So someone has to come up with a solution for how to do that. And I'm wondering, why have other teams not tried the same tactics against Arsenal to see maybe Arteta will give us the recipe to solve the problem he created? Because the thing
I think
is,
Bournemouth did it last year. That's the only thing I remember. I remember Bournemouth did last year, and they scored against them when they beat Arsenal.
Yeah, like, maybe you should do the same thing against Arsenal.
I remember seeing doing that.
Because they do it so consistently, and they made an art of it, and nobody seemed. Though in the second half, they went at us with like 7 corner kicks in a row, and every one of them was just missing by whiskers. Like we were on the ropes. And when you are on that when you're on the receiving side of that, you lose all confidence. Like, because every time Lima concedes a corner kick, we're like, our heart is always in our mouth. That is going to happen again. So, like I said, big coaches, they pay attention to small things. Things like, okay, when I started watching football, there was not a lot of offensive press. Everybody would just wait, just stay back, let the team play their thing, and we start the fight in midfield. But right now, people are taking the fight to the front of the opposition box. That, okay, we're not quick fouls, like things like Guardiola. Okay, if you miss the first press, pull them down and get your yellow card. Those are little things that we don't used to care about. But people now start going into every detail of the game. Okay, throw-ins are like, okay, you just throw to someone, and just Barcelona used to use corner kick to just recycle possession. That because they didn't believe anything would come out of it. But look at Arteta now. He has cooked something out of corner kicks, and they are now like valid penalties for them. So that's why I'm saying, like, I kudos to Arteta, and he has built a very strong team, a team that is difficult to beat. I'm hoping they fall off before the crucial time of the season. But the problem is that in a league, they will have accumulated points, and it might not be easy to. But in the Champions League, maybe they just fall off by.
So, to Dyer's point, I will say one thing about where we are in the season. I think English teams are strong now because they are in relatively good health and they are playing tough opposition. What happens in with this new Champions League format? So Liverpool finished top of the Champions League table, and then their first knockout game they left. So for me, the Champions League table doesn't mean anything. Whether you're first or you're eighth is fine, right? You don't. I guess from the money perspective, you actually get more money. So financially, it makes sense. You want to win. You get money per win, less money on a draw and less money on a loss, right? So in the group phases, but top teams want to manage their minutes. So you want to be top 8, so you don't have that extra game in, I think, February, right? That's the whole game of Champions League phase right now. When it gets to the business end of the season, Bayern would have had a winter break in December, right? So Harry Kane then will go for, is it 1 week or is it 2 weeks break?
Yeah, like 2 to 3 weeks.
English teams will be playing Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, blah, 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 blah. Spanish teams, their league isn't as competitive. It's gotten better, but it's really not, right? We're just talking about Chelsea playing Brighton and Chelsea fans being worried about the Brighton game, right? So what I think the point Dyer is making is what happens in March. It's very, very different, right? By the time you get there, as an Arsenal fan, the reason why it's very hard to even think about, I'm not even thinking about winning the Champions League or anything right now. But the point is you have to avoid that game. And if Arsenal can not have every game be a must-win game in the league, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you have the squad where you can rest players. So what Arteta has tried to build a modern squad that can play both competitions. Because to play both competitions, think about it. Mosquera has played so many games and is 20. Yeah. Hincapi was a starter for Leverkusen, plays for Ecuador. And how do you convince those two defenders to come and play behind Saliba and Gabriel without a plan for them? It's not just with mouth. So you must have tried to explain to them, look, this is the modern league. I can't do it with one squad. You are going to play. And if we go far in the FA Cup or in the Carling Cup, you are going to play because other teams outside of England get this break. We do not. And our intensity is higher. So that's why I was telling some guys, I said, Saliba getting a knock, blah, blah, blah. I said at some point it was going to happen. The boy you need to sit him down a while. It's not very, very easy to play 3 games in a row, right? And so I think the Dyer is right that the league is very different. Me, I just wanted this one for bragging rights because Dyer was talking smack. But it means nothing. Whether we're first or we're 8th, I just want to avoid that extra game. That's what I want to do. And then see how far you go. And then it becomes a knockout competition. And you have to be in good health or relatively have a squad that can cope with whatever injuries. Because injuries will happen to every team, right? Bayern is missing Musa. He's back, right? He's coming back, right?
Yeah, he's in training. He's in training,
right?
And so,
right? I mean, I didn't want to play Bayern with 2 hands behind my back. I mean, we still beat them without a recognized striker, right? So it was good. But, right, they were also missing Diaz and Musiala, right? So these are difference makers, let's be honest, right? Yeah. And that's why I think even the Champions League for English teams is very attritional. You must have staying power. You can't, what your face looks like in November, you need to be stronger in March, April, May to win it.
So. That's true. We've seen it so many times. I guess that's a good transition, so we don't dwell on that. On the game, on tactics, all of that, I think it's similar things. I do say, though, the only comment I have about that game is Harry Kane. What's this dropping into midfield thing that he's always doing? I don't understand, especially in big games.
Yeah.
Like, he does it for England, it pisses me off. Like, he's doing, but when he's playing smaller teams, like, see him, he's always in the box. When it's big team, he drops. Like, why are you always doing this? For me, I think he handicaps Bayern in those games, especially because there's no presence in the box. There's no presence to like drag the midfielders apart. drag the defenders rather. It's just like because that whole idea that you think that Arsenal is going to allow Olise or somebody run off into those spaces, it's not going to happen. Like Arsenal defense is too mature. Using injuries, they're too seasoned to let that happen. So like, why you stay in your space? Why does it like dropping back? You have enough people that can pass the ball. Kimmich, that's what Kimmich is there for. Those guys that can pass, the Leonard Carl guy. Why is he always doing that? It always pisses me off. I don't know. I don't know if it pisses you off. That maybe you like it. I don't when I see it.
Well, I prefer him to be in the box though. Though sometimes because in games like Arsenal, they were gonna outnumber us in midfield. Maybe him dropping behind, but we didn't still have him dropping behind. Maybe equalizes a little bit the midfield, but it now leaves us like the two centre backs now have nothing to worry about. And they just like were on vacation. And it's not like they're just gonna stay behind. They'll come and add to the press in midfield too. Yeah. So what you lose by dropping to midfield, what you gain by dropping to midfield, you lose by when your Salibas and co join your midfield. Yeah. It's So well, it's hopefully, like Toby said, hopefully we meet again with a fitter squad with Jokeres, with
Havertz.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Do you really want Havertz to start?
I want Havertz in my squad. Yes.
Do you really want Havertz to start that kind of game? Like
Yeah.
And we want
actually
we will have Musiala, Davies, and Luis Diaz back. So
it'll be fun. Before I come to AJ's so we can talk Chelsea and Barca, let me take comments quickly. So G says if Arsenal somehow manage this season without winning a trophy, well, I'll go seriously there. I don't think that happens.
No.
Everybody knows that. I don't think that. I think they win a trophy for sure. Asher says Chelsea showed the way. Just block their runners and stay in front of Arsenal runners. And the goalkeeper is willing to run over players to claim the ball. I don't know about that.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, you said that. That's easier said than done. And Henry says, "Die, my man. Hope you are fully recovered now." Henry's the Arsenal fan because you went off philosophical on us last time you defeated us.
Yeah.
Vinicius, as a Barca fan, I have no comments on that game versus Chelsea. If you want to call him, maybe you can call him. We'd like to hear your comments. We got our muscle outplayed and outrun. Chelsea were the better team for the first minute to 95 minutes. Fair play to Cucurella and Enzo. Okay. Idris, it's your turn to wax lyrical. Chelsea, Barcelona. That high line. Wow.
I cannot believe I'll say this about Fritz. He was a tad bit too Taliban for my liking. You know how I feel about ideological coaching. You know how I feel about it. I was like, first 15 minutes, I was like, oh, this is feeling like PSG again. Like, I don't like this. You kind of like love bombing me, then tomorrow you lose to Brighton. I don't need this kind of rubbish in my life. Like, and then the people were like, yo, this is how the team. I was like, Barca will always play the high line. They'll come after you. And where we are in our development phase, we've been able to transition slowly and build up, but also play long balls to wide players. And Sanchez is getting better in finding the players, and the players are also getting better in receiving the ball and coming the ball. We have extremely talented players that can hold the ball. When the ball comes to Palmer, it sticks. Ball gets to Reece James. That guy controls anything at any point in time, at any speed, right? Estival, boy has control, Neto, he's got speed, but he's doing better being open. And this is not a diss to him; it's just what he is. This is the characteristic of what he is, and being able to have the flexibility to play Neto as a false nine, which means Neto would run through and stretch. I thought Barca will have seen this potential from a Chelsea standpoint because they have far more matured players. But I think the over-reliance on their own teenager might actually be showing that they're probably punching above their weight for a long time. People have just not had the balls to carry it to them. Cucurella, like my friend here, whose house I'm in, his name is Toby too. He's an Arsenal fan. Right? He was one that just walked past when you saw. He was like, looks like Cucurella is always asking for a red. I say, trust me, for the whole 3 years we've had this guy, he's always on the verge of a great game or a red card. Like always. But for him to have worked Lamine to the point where he never allowed Lamine come in. He never allowed him contribute to the game, from running, cutting in, like prime, what would what's his name? Bald head guy, Robben, chronic lefter. He made us realize that like Lamine still has a lot to do as he develops. Right, he's a young phenom, but he still has a lot to develop on, and I think Barca played into our hands. I think Arsenal watched that game and was like, today, like it's like we won't allow this. I can't remember who your right back was or who got the first yellow card. You guys saw them that you brought in.
Calafiori got a yellow card.
Yellow card, and he had to. That yellow card, I understood. Like, but at his level, you also like, why would you do that? But I understood what he did. The guy looked at the situation and like, man, nah, I'll just sacrifice. He took it. Then they brought in what's his name? The kid with the two names.
Miles Lewis Kelly.
Yeah, Miles Lewis Kelly. He also got a yellow card. So there's this whole thing like when we now have very creative, speedy talent, but as I said, we are not fully cooked yet. Barca game to wreck Barca, to have like 4 goals, about a couple denied first half. I didn't expect it. I never expected it. It's the same way I never expected the PSG situation. And today's game, we're going to beat Arsenal. We went 1 man down. I said, Enzo Maresca was about to go haram football. You remember that time we had I can't remember which game, we had a red card at the beginning of the season, and this guy just took off all our creative players.
Yeah.
You guys remember
that? United.
Exactly. He didn't do it. We just kept the tempo and players. So I guess he feels the players have matured to a certain point. He trusts the players now. The players also trust themselves. The starting lineup seem, I hate to use, they're not that matured, but more trustworthy with the ability to maintain a game versus the guys that came in. They are new. Doesn't mean they're not good talent. They're just new. They need chemistry time. They need bonding time. They need maturity time. And they need to be able to have all that at the same level as the players they are meeting in the club and be able to bring out the best in them to contribute. So for me, the Champions League, that was a statement win. I don't know what to say about it. Am I also going to be like, watch out for Chelsea? Nah, because I didn't even have to say it. Dio said it. Toby said it. We can lose to Brighton tomorrow. So, so that's where we are. We are the Arsenal of the years past.
Good point. Good. Well said. I don't think I have anything else to add. I guess from a Barcelona point of view, I know they definitely missed Pedri a lot, but people get injuries, it's fine. You're going to miss your players, not going to play everything, that's so.
What does that tell you about the strength of English clubs compared to Barcelona?
Oh no, it's incredible. I think I've said this many times. Apart from those Barcelona teams of yesteryears, Pep's time, and even maybe Luis Enrique, the Neymars, there's no other year. Okay, and maybe Real Madrid's team of the treble, 3 Champions League in a row. Okay, the three-peat. Sorry, not treble, three-peat. Mm-hmm. Apart from those years, I've said this to many people. I think if any of those Barcelona or Real Madrid teams of those eras, apart from those eras I've mentioned, if they're in Premier League, they don't win the league. I'm 100% confident about that. They don't. Now, that's why I separated those teams together, because those teams were genuinely great teams from back to front. Because the Premier League right now, even if Bayern, that was here, Bayern did not win the league in the Premier League. I'm 100% confident about that.
No, I think you're pushing your luck too far.
I'm 100% over 30.
No, Ayo.
Bayern don't win the
league. Without their Christmas break.
Wait. I wanted to be quiet before.
2 weeks break in Christmas.
No, Pep was using Otamendi and Just Stones with Gundogan in front of them to win 4 league in a row. And you're saying Bayern
will just play on Premier League. I'm not talking of Premier League 2019.
Okay, wait. It's just Liverpool that covered the Pep 4 pool, right?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? We are talking about as if Pep won it 200 years ago. It was just 2 years ago. He won 4 in a row. And it was winning with Gundogan. Gundogan is about the size of my waist. And Bernardo Silva, David Silva, all those players that weigh 90 pounds.
Here's one thing I'll say. I was surprised watching, and I've seen this is not only with the Chelsea example. Physically, the way the Premier League, every team you play, you have to earn the right to play before you get pretty and play pretty boy football.
Okay.
In the Premier League right now.
Are we forgetting that Bayern played this Chelsea this season?
I know. Hold on.
Yeah, and you remember what happened?
Yes, I know. You destroyed them.
I'm not. So where is that coming from?
Just hold on now. Let me.
Wait. You said destroy, bruv.
Okay, not okay. We had Shaluba scoring for us. Wasn't enough. It wasn't enough of a destruction.
Okay, but hold on. All I'm saying is that the Premier League, because of the way the league is set up, where you don't have any breaks, the schedule, you have to be very, very hardy to play it, and you have to have a certain level of physicality to survive in the Premier League. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying Bayern gets a pass in the German league. You have to accept it. Oh, yeah. You guys will play teams on the weekend where you can play at 5 out of 10 intensity, and win.
Yeah.
The Premier League used to be. I remember when I was in Unilag. Hold on.
You see, I don't see because Pep. See, everything all this argument was valid until 2016. All this argument was valid until 2016 when Pep came to the league and totally destroyed it. 7 titles in 8 years, and you still want to try.
Hold on. Yes, but hold on. But Pep did that with a team of monsters. Hold on. Let me make
90 pounds players like Gundogan.
Even Pep. If you've noticed, he doesn't have pretty. He got rid of Zinchenko. He got rid of what was the other guy? He doesn't have pretty boy wing backs anymore that are 5'4". He has centre backs playing wing back position. Why?
And that's why he stopped winning.
No. That's not why he stopped winning.
Okay. Let me really. We're doing a podcast. Actually, the video is calling in. So when he calls in, I'll add him to the stage. He wants to talk about his Barcelona. Before we get there, let's take comments quickly. Henry says between Chelsea are deceptively good. If you take out them faking to gain advantage, they are really solid, especially after that World Cup win. It gave them the impetus and believe they can ball. It's okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not sold on Chelsea like that, but
I'm inclined to agree with that statement because something changed. The whole front line is new. Something changed.
I think it's just their midfield is just extremely good. I've always maintained that Chelsea are probably maybe behind Arsenal the best midfield in the league. Their midfield is just very good. I mean technically good. They have very good technical and physical. I think that's just what it is. We'll find out how good Chelsea is about the next 3 games. I told that.
We know how
Cancelo hold that defense together. Now that he's not going to play against 2 games, I will be texting Chelsea.
3 games? Is it 3 games or?
It's a straight red. It's 3.
Yeah. Violent conduct. It's 3-game match. So we'll find out how good Chelsea is. Henry says Arsenal dropped the ball today. Very cagey encounter, but they'll learn from this. Asha says, I don't understand Barca's high line. There's no organized press. A defender can carry the ball 10 meters forward and dink it over the line. It's ridiculous to me. Kukuru was also supposed to have picked up a second yellow today. Maybe. Harry says, Yamal will be all right. A lot of upside. He's the best teenager we've ever seen, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. We got the vow. Okay. Benvido, are you there?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Okay. Are you going to see you or am I going to see you?
No, we should see you.
Oh, no, I'm at work, bro. Next time, probably. Next time, I'll give you the privilege to see me next time. Today, I can't.
Okay. So, what are your comments? Let's go. What are your thoughts about Barcelona?
Oh, yeah. So, it's actually the perfect time for me to give my opinions because if I give my opinions on a game day, I'll be cursing out, talking all a bunch of nonsense. But as a real lover of this game, I got to give credit to Chelsea and to their coach. I think their game plan was. I mean, people think it's easy to play against Barcelona's high line, but only very few clubs have been successful to exploit it. So Chelsea pretty much they populated the midfield and they dominated the midfield. Barcelona without Pedri is a complete different team, but that's not an excuse. You know, injuries are part of the game and things happen. I just think we got outplayed from the very first minute to the last. Like you guys said, you know, Lamine Yamal is an exceptional talent. Yeah, but we got to understand this kid he's just turned 18 like a couple of months ago. And I remember watching Messi in his early, I'm not trying to compare by any means, but I remember watching Messi early. Messi used to be stuck on the wing. No matter what happened, he'd get stuck there. But then as he grew older, because I mean, if you play on the wing, it's easy to get double team, right? On the wing, you just send more midfielders and you get double team there. But as you guys can remember, as the years went by in Messi's career, Messi started drifting more towards in the middle because it's harder to double team. I mean, play in the middle. So it's just things that he needs to work on. And What else I was gonna say? Barca's highline, man. So we miss Inigo Martinez, like the old guy that was playing for Barcelona, center back last year. He left for Saudi Arabia, and Barca has not been the same. If you watch Barca Liga games, I don't think I've seen Barca repeat the same back line for 3 consecutive games. This trying everything possible. So Flick's trying to find the necessary balance. So it's hard, I mean, I'm still surprised that we're still alive in La Liga because Madrid also dropping points and Atletico slowly coming back. And I was gonna give credit to Chelsea's coach, because I've been watching Cucurella since he was a Barca B team, like the reserve squad. And he got traded to, he got loaned out to Eibar, then went to Getafe, and then he got sent to play, I think, one of the clubs in England. I forgot the name.
He was in Brighton.
Right.
Yeah, it was in Brighton. Yeah, so dude was always good going forward, but playing defense, he always played like a headless chicken.
Correct.
But
That's true.
now, besides besides Nuno Mendes, I think he's probably on top 3 best left backs in the world. So dude has improved a lot. And just looking at how Barcelona plays without Pedri, how Frank de Jong performs without Pedri, I'm still surprised how Barca managed to compete last year and reach to the semifinals of the season because the Barca squad is very thin. Like, if you miss one player, the whole balance of the team is just like if Pedri misses, the whole balance crumbles. Rafinha has been gone for 2 months, Barca struggled. So like our squad is very thin, and I think Flick has performed a lot of miracles with his team. And it's just so bad. This is the worst Barcelona financially. Like he can get the reinforcements that he needs. Look at Toby. Toby's smiling, huh? Lever FC. That's your favorite joke, huh? Look at this dude, man. Look at this dude. Yeah, but I mean, fair play to Chelsea. I hope the Chelsea's management gives the coach the necessary time to build, be patient, because if he can get at least 2 or 3 seasons with his squad, I only can imagine what they can achieve. But fair play to Chelsea.
Okay. Thank you for coming on quickly. So that we don't stay on for 2 hours. I'll try to get you on, on the separate
Oh
episode.
yeah, you're good, bro. You're good, bro. You're good, bro. Yeah, it's just that Toby's smile is irritating me, man. This dude right here, man.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Let me quickly go through comment. Thank you, Benvito, for copying on
Yes,
quickly.
sir.
Henry says Premier League isn't easy, folks. Be sleeping on the EPL. He's saying currently your squad depth, physicality, and pace is much stronger, in my opinion. I guess he's talking about Chelsea. Pep bought a new back loan every season during that 4-year run, and the level of competition is significant. Okay, let's go quickly to the next topic. And then we have busy men here.
Donkey of the week.
No. Actually, there's 2 more topics. That's why I'm like, damn, we've gone on too long.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yes. This one we just list it quickly. Quick prediction. List your top 8 that will finish in top 8 this year. Quickly, just rattle it off. Don't tell me why. You don't need to know why. Just rattle it off. Anybody wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. There doesn't have to be in order of priority. Just your top 8. Who finishes top 8?
Okay. Arsenal,
Yeah.
PSG, Bayern Munich, Inter, Real Madrid,
Okay.
Chelsea, and I think maybe Man City.
Okay. Does anybody agree or disagree?
I actually agree with that.
Okay.
I won't change anything there.
So you said Arsenal, PSG,
Bayern, Inter, Madrid, Chelsea, City.
There's one more if you need that. That's one more.
Did you say Dortmund, Dio?
Okay.
That's 7. You listed 7. We need one more.
Bayern, PSG, Bayern, Inter, Madrid, Chelsea, City. Oh, I see what you're saying. I need one more.
Yeah.
I'll say Liverpool.
Okay.
I think they'll figure it out, and Europe will be easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
There's how many games left? There's 4 more games left?
3 games.
3 games left.
I think they played 5.
Yeah.
So
I disagree. I think they will play playoffs. I'll stick with Dortmund. I think Dortmund. Dortmund is currently there. I'll stick with Dortmund. That's my second team. Maybe I'm biased. Yeah. I'll stick with Dortmund. Dortmund has figured out a way how to play this.
I haven't seen them this season, so maybe you're right. But
and it also depends on the matches they're playing.
Yeah, I haven't looked at who they have to play.
Dortmund
I know we have to play Inter. Arsenal plays Inter. And then we play that last team that everybody has beaten.
Liverpool, Dortmund plays Bodo Glimt. Liverpool.
Dortmund will be making it.
Liverpool play Inter. The next one, Dortmund play Tottenham away.
I was actually going to go with
Liverpool play Marseille away. Liverpool's fixtures are tough. Marseille away is a tough fixture.
I was going to go with Sporting Lisbon.
Oh, that's just okay.
Yeah, I was going to go with Sporting Lisbon.
You're already there. That makes sense.
Instead of Inter, I was going to go with Sporting Lisbon, and I was going to pick two dark horses. I just don't know who they're going to replace: Gala and Newcastle.
Wait, aren't you putting Chelsea in your top 8?
Chelsea's.
No, I mean for Idris.
Oh, okay.
It is not put it there, Chelsea. You're so down, Chelsea.
No. Don't give certain haters ammo to say I'm down on Chelsea because the voice is not the case.
I hate Chelsea
because it's not being down. It's the fact that how will I put this? The fact that they were able to put the show they put today, just right after the show they put on Barca, I'm very optimistic. But even before I could even go far and say, let me beat my chest, Dayo, a Bayern fan, Toby, an Arsenal fan, all echoed the same thing. These guys will go lose tomorrow for Shagisha. They can just wake up one morning and be like, I'm not up for it today. What do you do with that, right? And it just boils down to like, if they can, Palmer is back, but how does Palmer fit in, right? Because Palmer is out, a lot of players, the output of a lot of players have had to come back up. If Palmer comes in, do we now fall into the just give him the ball? You know what I mean? I just give him the ball. I want to jog. He will do something.
Casiero's balance in the midfield. More importantly, what does he do with the midfield? If Palmer, he's going to play 4-3 and drop.
God bless you. Now that Casiero is out, another test, right? Because Lavia is not coming back. Never comes back. We have Santos. We have a makeshift in Reece James. How's that going to work for the 3 games? And we all know Reece James cannot play back-to-back 3 games. Reece needs to go and rest. Yeah. You feel me? So again, it's managing. This is a very crucial time.
This is where he earns his coin.
Sorry, sir?
This is where he earns his coin.
Yes, sir. I don't know what he's going to do because anything he does, if it doesn't work out, I understand because it's just kind of like in our development, where we are, like we're actually doing well, but Casiero is out and we managed to survive Arsenal. But we should not forget that Arsenal too had certain players that were out. I'm
very proud of this Idris. I'm saying though, Idris talking about developing our process. Idris not going to go. He's saying Maresca out.
10 games in, I'm like,
wow, Idris, I'm proud of using your word of the maturity. I'm proud of this. Is the wrinkly that fire him, fire everybody.
Idris is a married man now, so
welcome, Idris. Welcome to this side of the
Thank you.
Me, I've been here for a long time, so I don't get wahala. Okay, let's move on. So let's talk about this man, Vinny. So it looks like quick background. Looks like he has fallen out the manager, and all the reports from trusted sources like the Athletic and trusted Madrid journalists are saying he wants to leave.
He wants to leave.
Yeah, he's angling that he wants to leave, or because his contract negotiation has stalled. He's always asking for incredible wages. Essentially, he's asking for wages on par with Kylian Mbappe, who is the highest paid, and Madrid are reluctant to give him.
And they should be reluctant to give him.
Reluctant to give him that money. He's 25 now. I think yes, he's 25 now. His contract expires in 2027. So from January 2026, which is just after the summer, he has 1 year left. He can talk to anybody and go on a free. So this one is that's why I narrowed it because I said I did it this way because I know there's a lot to talk about Vinny, but I just narrowed it to: do you think he stays or he leaves? That's the point. That's the
Can I
part.
be honest with you? Except whatever, if his problem is money, he should just, because nobody's going to be able to pay him. The options in Europe to pay him whatever he's asking for is insane. And which club? It's definitely not Chelsea. It's not Liverpool. You understand where I'm coming from, right?
You think Arsenal can, flex muscles, and
I mean, he reduces his wages. I think it would be great for Arsenal if if Arteta convinces him that he's going to play for a team. But if that money he's asking for Real Madrid,
Arteta would never sign Vinicius. You know why? Vinicius does not do off the ball work. He doesn't. Arteta will never sign.
He does.
Put my money down.
He was doing it off the ball work. That's how you would say Rashford who doesn't do off the ball. He doesn't do it in Barcelona.
No, let me explain what I mean. Like, their pressing is very inconsistent. Okay, should I change it to that word?
Okay. I agree. He's not.
I would never pay that heavy money for someone who can press inconsistently.
No, I don't think any Premier League side, maybe Newcastle or some. Maybe,
no, Newcastle are restrained.
But Pep is not gonna. Because one thing is that the personality of Vinicius is combustible, and Arteta will not want to bring a combustible personality into his group of choir boys he has right now. It only takes one person.
What do you call it?
Choir
boys. It's not only choir boys. We have 5.
I can go in different direction. Please kill that choir boy.
Yeah. We're Bible FCO. We have five pastors.
Yeah, because they are like
Timber quoting Bible before the game.
Yeah, their heads on their shoulders. They are calm. Saga,
they don't need one corrupt.
Vinicius will take them to places they don't want to go. Like
that's true. That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah, even Noni, when Noni was in Chelsea, we used to call him Mandem FC. I've not been seeing a lot of Mandem since he went there. Wow.
Now he's doing Bible study with Saka.
Exactly.
I'm shocked.
Noni, after the game against Bayern, the first thing he said, I want to thank my Lord Jesus.
Yes.
Honestly, I would say this, the success of Arteta turning it around after those 2 years when most Arsenal fans wanted him fired.
Yeah, I wanted him gone too.
It has been a bad thing for clubs like this is not a United episode, for clubs like Manchester United to allow a underperforming coach to continue underperforming because there are points that they keep looking at. Look at what Arteta did. Please shut. Like, football doesn't work that way. It's so annoying to me. This is why it's very annoying to me. Because underperforming coaches now can always use, look at how he changed the culture. I think that's the only thing that turned Arsenal around. It's so annoying to me. It really is. It really is. That's just a United rant. Out of the way. Back to the pod. So, Dio, you think he stays or you think he?
I think he leaves because one thing is what people like Arteta have shown is that once you if you believe in a coach, you give him the tools to work with and you give him all the support you need. Vinicius, even if you're a Madrid fan, the staunchest Madrid fans are probably at the back, even though they might defend him to the cameras, at the back of their mind, they're probably tired of him. And they have an Mbappe right now. Mbappe is not really but Mbappe is not as combustible as it. And Mbappe is now getting gradually to what they want to. This guy, Perez, is not going to make Mbappe his marquee signing. And he made Mbappe his marquee signing. And Alonso seems to be getting something out of Mbappe.
I think Mbappe got something of last season. After I looked at the stats, Mbappe was the golden boot last season in Europe. Do you know that?
Yeah, but right now
something goes.
But right now it looks like he has even cranked it up a little bit.
Yes, it's better.
So it's even been. So if they didn't have Mbappe, they could have kissed Vinicius behind and begged him. But they have Mbappe right now, like Vinicius.
Best player in the world. Yeah.
So Vinicius, like whatever and they are getting results. So if you want to go, you can go. And I think it probably goes to Saudi.
I think it's a culture that Madrid creates. I don't want to blame Mbappe. I don't want to blame Madrid. Always creates this culture, Vinicius, of super ego, world class celebrity footballer. They were the ones that said, "Isn't it Perez that wrote letter to Ballon d'Or that said they're not showing up as?"
Yes.
So you two are behaving like petulants, and they didn't show up. Like, so my point is, Madrid makes these players think they're gods, and when they now behave like whiny little, B words, they're not like, but culture. Well, but you fostered that culture. The same thing they did with Jude, right? They fostered this, star boy, everybody's a star boy, they do it, and then when it bites them in the back, they're like, okay. And Vinicius probably looking at it and saying, well, if you're paying him all that much, then pay me too, right?
He was won 2 Champions League for you, won 3 league titles. He had
Exactly.
It's a conundrum for Madrid, though. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know what Mbappe is earning right now. And I know Vini's money too is not small. The problem is, if Real Madrid says no, for Vini's career, where does he go?
Saudi?
Then it's done.
Is it really?
I mean, no, he's going to mint money. He's not, I mean, you're right. Is it really done? Probably not.
For Brazil. Oh, you're right. PSG.
Especially because I feel like
PSG is not going to. When last PSG that kind of money?
No.
It's why
You can never make it in PSG. They have
on them is Enrique.
let me
So
explain.
now with Enrique.
I don't think Enrique is going to last long PSG. I've always felt that way. Not that they'll fire him. Enrique is a combustible personality. You know that, right? I don't see him as a guy that will like last long in PSG, because I feel like PSG, their owner, is tweaking. You know, when he's tweaking, they've won treble now, but it's tweaking to like go back to like, let's go Galactico. I really think so. I think this approach they've gone is because Enrique pushed for it so much.
But wait, it's almost, I'm not disputing what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just my opinion. I might be wrong. I have no insights or anything.
I know we're just shooting shit, lack of a better term. But like, they did the Galactico thing with the biggest of players. We're talking Messi. We're talking Neymar. Like they came guns blazing, and then they now offloaded all these people. They are now in the rank of PSG. What are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're not going to bring Vini when they know between Vini and Luis Enrique everything can scatter.
No, it will scatter.
I don't think they'll pay up. I don't think Luis Enrique will leave. I think they found their version of Pep.
Okay.
And I think even if Enrique doesn't win the league, because he's delivered them the Champions League, I think they're going to find.
They've never won the treble.
They've never won the treble. He delivered them the treble, and he delivered them the Champions League. I think they'll find a way to work with him. It's almost like, remember, Pep never stayed in any place since he left Barca too. Then all of a sudden, the guy is the high chief of City.
Yes. Yeah.
He's not even toxic. Remember,
I just have the feeling that when
you see fighting with the cameraman, he says it's not toxic.
I think they'll.
No.
They'll go and get
wait. Toxic yato. You're toxic yato. You know when somebody like they're just very volatile everywhere they go.
He's still volatile.
There's this relationship they have.
He's still coaching people. Game has ended. They are still giving instructions.
Hey, you know him now.
90 minutes. Go to your corner.
Yeah, I see
think
where
he's found his home. I think he's found his home. Is what I'm
It's
trying to
money.
say.
yeah,
The money is good, but he has found his home where I can dictate what I want.
Idris, I see where Ayo is coming from, because even though PSG won the Champions League, but people still don't pay attention to them as they would. As like he would want to.
Yeah.
They won the Champions League. Okay, who is Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Bakola? We want action. We want action. We want
commercial. They want to be like commercial giants. They want
it's
so much.
like Perez when maybe you were following Madrid then, the Bosky days. And
I remember. Wait. Perez and so you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Perez, the Bosky days was an insanity. He was the Pep and the what do you call it?
And he was like, "You are too gentle for us." Like
you understand? I get
that.
I get that. But Man City is the same situation. I even think PSG had more prestige than Man City did, right? I think PSG's got like even the street thing in the French French quarters of the internet.
Yeah, but because Man City is in the Premier League, people pay them attention. No, but okay, who did PSG play yesterday or 2 days ago? You probably don't know. Who did? I don't even know. Like you won't know. But if you have someone putting some spice, like media, something for the media to feed on.
Toxicity.
Something for the media to feed on. Okay, someone that slapped the coach, someone that's beating the.
There is a drama queen.
Exactly. So we want ginger, like you know that toxic girlfriend.
So let's take comment and wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. I have to go. My boy is crying. Let's wrap it up. Okay. Henry says this Dio and his diss track. Yeah, Dio is he knows how to do diss tracks. That's the right word.
This is just getting worse.
Henry says it's not only Arteta, sir. Better we give him bombastic side eye. Fair? That's true. Arsenal, who now farm? You don't want Vinicius. It would depend on the market.
Which market?
Asha says if Vinny leaves, where will he go? Who will buy him? Man United.
You want Amorim will lose all he has.
No, Amorim would have been fired. Amorim is not going to last. You can tell me they can take that to the bank. He's going to be fired. But I think, Ineos, no, they're not going to go down that route. Henry says, but guys, maybe this is the new model for transition. Give them 3 to 4 years to build the team out. Similar to Arteta. Henry, you too. You need to apologize to Arteta, Henry. I remember these years. I have all the tapes of all the anti-Arteta. Sometimes I go back and look at it like, look at this guy. All of you need to apologize one by one. Let's go to final. Kudos and donkey of the week. I'll just say mine very quickly. I know some of you know, but I want to jump in front of it. Lucas Paqueta is my donkey. That guy must be gambling something for that red card. I watched the game today versus Liverpool. Come on. I've not seen this kind of thing before. He got a yellow card, clearly, and he continued mid-rep. Even Van Dijk came and pushed him out to be like, bro, go. It's almost like came. And referee didn't want to give him a yellow card. And after those guys, and we thought they're done, he still went back to the referee and then clapped in his face. I'm like, this must be gambling. They need to investigate this. All his friends, they should submit their phone, all their transaction. No, this is that for me. I'm not even joking. That today's one was gambling. There's nothing anybody can tell me. His coach should ban him for 5 games. That was gambling. This is no emotion. This is nothing. There was 1-0. The game was still on the knife. It was 10, 12 minutes. They could have equalized. The game was a knife edge. There was no reason for that record. There's nothing anybody can convince me that was not gambling. There's nothing. Because that was crazy. That's where he gets my donkey of the week. So who has the donkey of the week?
And my own is Tottenham Hotspur Golio.
Oh, Vicario. Yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy. I saw that too. That was crazy.
I agree with Lucas Paqueta because let me know how to. The moment he got the record, he stopped. When they give you a record, you're supposed to even ginger small. The moment they gave him that record, he calmed down and he went peacefully. So maybe he was just waiting. I want this record, please.
Full investigation has to happen. Full one.
Go and watch it. It was even Alisson was calming him down. Opponents were begging you to stop, and he continued. And the moment they gave him the record, he walked away peacefully.
Your team is in relegation battle. As just fired manager. No. That's gambling.
He's not putting the allegation. I don't. What even became of the investigation?
They couldn't really prove. They couldn't prevent it.
Okay.
Wait, was in investigation before?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, for match fixing.
Yeah. The same guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
All his friends, they should do full Rico. This is a Rico case.
You know what he did? Guys, he would tell his brothers in Brazil that I'm going to get a yellow today. So they will place a bet on it. And he'll just do the most ridiculous tackle and get the yellow.
Rico case. Full Rico case.
Yeah. No, they need as soon as they mention Brazil. Our boys is chop. Can you imagine? I'm calling boys in Lagos. They're like, oh my boys, yellow card in 7 minutes. Boys are just popping money on spotting.
You see, one grandmother in Croatia has placed a life savings on it.
So my donkey of the week is Manonoa's mustache.
Back his mustache.
Always such a highlight.
Who has kudos? My kudos, I guess Sunderland. What they are doing is really crazy.
Remarkable.
I don't understand this. These guys barely made it through championship playoff, and they're they pretty much almost confirmed their
one of those. If you click for them this year, not in next.
I know it is, but we still have to credit it. Yeah.
Every year, we always have this madness. One person will just come. Leeds United will just come. Brighton will just come.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, they are the surprise of package. Yeah, kudos to their coach, man. He's figuring it out.
Mine is Enzo Maresca.
They were down.
Mine is Enzo Maresca for Chelsea.
Who has kudos? Dio. Who's your kudos?
Well, I want to give Leonard Carr.
Good player, very fantastic player. I saw his
Yeah.
touches in that game. I'm like, damn. Not forget the goal.
Maybe the next Ribery.
His touches are
Hey,
amazing.
Arsenal is looking at him, so I'll give him kudos as well. Hey,
Toby, you have under kudos. Give me your kudos.
no, I'm going to give. No, seriously, that's who I was going to give.
Carl? No,
Yeah, Carl. I hear. I'm serious. You guys have seen the rumors about Arsenal and him, though. You know I'm not.
That's not possible, man.
Okay. What can you guys offer him?
I guess kudos to Arsenal too.
Probably on 10 grand a week, or what's Bayern's?
Yeah, he's 17 years old now.
I guess kudos to Arsenal too. I think you just started giving Chelsea kudos to Arsenal. They came through the tough week of London Derby, not London Derby, Bayern, Chelsea, and just only one draw. That's fantastic.
Kudos to
two of their centre backs out.
Kudos to Arteta. Like, even if he doesn't, you guys, you spent how many seasons watching him?
I've already seen his lips. He's not about to kudos to Arteta. He's planning some shit.
But for real.
No. He's planning shit for Arteta here.
But I'm serious. Like, you spent how many seasons watching him? They spent how many seasons? But they should spend the same number of seasons giving him kudos. Like, even when he didn't.
You see, could help me.
All I want to do is this, and this is me. I'm being serious. I asked EJ the question, and EJ's like, I'm trying to jinx, and maybe I'll ask Toby because Toby is more, Toby is always less emotional about these things. When can I buy my father's ticket to the Plateau Parade? My dad's an Arsenal fan. Everybody that knows me know that I say it openly. My dad and my sister are staunch Arsenal fans. So when can I buy ticket? Because I want to buy early, not when it's confirmed and $3,000.
You buy it now, United, because United will offer you free credits. But you should buy it now. You should buy it now. What are you waiting for?
I'm very confident you guys are going to win the league. So
I think you have to see. I think Arsenal is in a strong position.
Because the last game is in the 30th is in at the Emirates, right? I think I saw that.
I haven't even checked.
Okay. See, I'm raising their hope by playing it.
No, it's not about hope. It's fact, right? Arsenal is in a strong position.
Yeah.
If we're still in this strong position in December, I'll feel better, right? If we're in a stronger position, So I mean, but like you can see, it's not 5 points. It's not that much at this point of the season. Even in March, it's nothing.
PSG has moved on from buying egomaniac. Fair enough. Sorry to interrupt you. Henry says he carried the team for the 2 seasons straight. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, but sacrifice winning. Come on, guys. They lost 1-0. 1-0. PSG. Don't care. Araujo. Yes. I know Benville made a post about this. Araujo is the most overrated center back I've ever seen. I'm going to say that because Barcelona fans are always praising him. He's so overrated. Did Real Madrid lose their game? Or did they win? They come back to me.
They are losing right now.
Okay. So Barcelona is going to stay on top of it despite all our criticism. See why we talk about La Liga.
Actually,
Barcelona just criticized. Look at
the level already. Mbappe scored.
Oh, they're level now, 1-1.
Mm-hmm. So the main guy that they are paying.
So, but Barca is still on top. They need to win to go back on top now, right? They need to win. Madrid need to win to go back on top.
70 minutes.
Okay, there's a lot of time left. My kudos of the week to Arteta, Barcelona Academy graduate. Araujo is my kudos of the week. Okay, we've come to the end of the show. This was fun. I wanted it to be hotter. You see, I posted this yesterday. I want somebody to lose for this thing to be hot. But when I saw that draw, I was so mad. I wanted one loss. I didn't care who loses. But
you mean for Arsenal's game?
Yeah, I wanted somebody to lose. Whether it's Chelsea.
Nah, man, I was happy with the draw, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was happy. We just did not.
Is this the 4th draw at Stamford Bridge in a row?
That's true.
Something ridiculous. I mean, so all pointers are pointing to a draw. I'm actually surprised United won. When you said you wanted the team to lose, I thought you were talking about United. So I'll give you.
I've never want United to lose. Never.
I'm messing with you.
I know that, but the game was terrible. Just watch the game. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to talk about United. I don't like to talk about United. We've come to the end of the show. Idris, Dyer, Toby, I like your serenade. I'm going to make sure EJ clips it. Was teaching for Dyer. I'm going to make sure. The past one from earlier in the year.
My warning, and then go to like some of the top 3 ChatGPT points for him, and we'll be done.
I'm going to
and give space for in April when we have the meltdown.
I will, absolutely.
We have the
meltdown. I'm going to make sure. It is nice to see you, Toby. Dyer.
All right.
Bye.
Everybody comment. We are out.
Guys.
All right, bye.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is sure say the thing go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's footy fantasy, yeah, watching footy fantasy, footy fantasy. It is sure say the thing go meet your football need, your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive, sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see, your eyes go